Have you ever felt like a guy was saying something to you just to sleep with you? Do you think that men manipulate women sometimes just to get what they want? Well, they absolutely do. And these men actually call it game. They call it gaming women in order to try to sleep with them. They'll tell you things, they'll do things to you, and it's very meticulous, it's methodical. They know exactly what they're doing. So if you want to be able to identify exactly when a guy is gaming you, be sure to watch this video right now. I'm Jason Silver. I am the dating coach for ambitious women. On this channel, I reveal the truth about men, what's really going on in dating, and how you can attract a high-quality man. Hit that red subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it so you can be notified of all of my upcoming free trainings. Now let's jump right into it. There are 5 principles that men use to try to exude value to women, basically to show that they have high value in the dating market and that you should be extremely attracted to them. I'm going to break down each of these principles and show you examples of how men fake it and how men use it to deceive you in order for you to think that they're some big hotshot when they're really not. Number 1, confidence. This is ultimately the easiest thing to fake. If you've ever seen a prank show of some guy putting on a suit and walking into a wedding, he could literally wedding crash and pretend that he's part of it. That is confidence, and it shows no matter if you're the right person, no matter if you belong or not, you can fake confidence. And this is a real big problem because confidence pretty much exudes to people that we know what we're doing, that we are successful, that we can navigate our way through the world. But unfortunately, this is not always true because confidence can be faked for a period of time. Men will fake their confidence by walking taller, by talking stronger and more sure of themselves. They'll also act like they don't really care. If you say something negative to them, they'll just let it slide off their back and pretend like they didn't even hear it, because a truly confident person usually never hears negative feedback, and if they do, it doesn't matter. So if you see a guy being overly confident, that could be a good sign, but it's also a red flag. It's something that you need to watch out for and make sure that his confidence is aligned with his action. And this can only be really evaluated by you over a period of time. Confidence is usually faked early on, and it's something that is harder to maintain over a longer period of time. That's why in the first, second, third date, be cautious. Try to look through what the guy is doing and don't just take him for his word. Don't just say, oh, this guy is confident. Be aware that he might just be acting confident. Number 2, that he's funny. If a man can display that he's funny, that he's laughing, it does a few things in the dating market. Number 1, it shows that he's intelligent, that he can make jokes, that he can command the English language in a way that can make you laugh. It also shows that he's got good social ability. He can connect with other people and put them off their guard, make them feel good in the moment. That is a powerful skill set and is considered high value in the dating market. But again, men can use this with canned routines and pickup lines that they learn from someone else, so they might not even be funny. They might have just practiced routine after routine of ways of making you laugh just to seduce you. If you think that this isn't a real thing, just Google it or just go on YouTube and write pickup dating lines or routines to make women like me. There's a lot of this type of content online. You have to check it out because just because, again, a man seems funny initially doesn't mean that he can keep it up, doesn't mean that's the who that he is. So early on is where a lot of the faking goes on. And that's why early on you have to be most on your guard and least willing to trust a man. Number 3 is if a man is wealthy. Again, this is another very, very easy thing to fake. I remember a couple of friends of mine, every wedding they used to go to, they would make up the most ridiculous jobs. This was in their early 20s. One would say, oh, I'm a son who owns the biggest maple syrup company. I actually think that was from a movie, Wedding Crashers, but he actually said this to people and people believed him, and you would be shocked at how people looked at this kid differently and treated him differently when they thought he was a trust fund baby. He was immediately catapulted into the top apex of the dating chain, whichever wedding he was at, because he was the trust fund baby. It was ridiculous, and I can't believe that it actually worked. Men will put on fake watches, fake Gucci or Prada or name brand clothing. I've even seen guys try to change their Civics or their Honda cars and put like an Audi or a BMW logo on their car. What is going on? Why would anyone do that? Because it works sometimes, because they are displaying that they are wealthy, and wealth is attractive. It shows that you can navigate the world. It shows that you can take care of someone. So be very, very careful. Just because a man says he has money, just because a man dresses a certain way or goes on vacation, again, you need to dig deeper. You cannot trust men, because wealth and confidence are two of the ways that men fake it most. In fact, I actually did a video on a woman who had tens of thousands of dollars stolen from her from a guy she dated, and initially in the relationship, he would take her on private jets. Turns out it was a friend of his, or it wasn't even his private jet, but he put on a great show, was able to build trust, and then took her for everything she had. So be careful. Looks can be deceiving, and men can display wealth without actually being wealthy. Some people, some women don't actually find this out until after they're married. So it's really important to do your due diligence and research before you just trust someone. Number 4, style. In the men's pickup and dating world, this is called peacocking, where men actually try to put on a special style or flair to stand out. And again, it exudes confidence. It shows, I can travel the world, I can walk around, I don't care what people think of me, I'm my own person. So it displays confidence. It also displays that they're special or unique, a very attractive quality. So the more a guy is flashy, again, red flag, be careful, because he could be using that flash to try to appear more attractive to women so he can seduce them. Sometimes the most exciting men are the guys in t-shirts and jeans. You just never know until you really truly get to know someone. This is where the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, comes into place. And I highly recommend that you not judge a book by its cover, because sometimes the wealthiest looking, most good looking guys are the worst players and the ones who can take you for the most. So be careful just because a guy is dressed and looks very stylish. And finally, number 5, being respectful and safe. Appearing like he is just the nicest, sweetest guy is a great tactic that players, manipulators, and con artists use early on in a relationship to make you think that they're sweet, to put a little halo over their head so they could do or say anything and get away with it because you think that they're super sweet. Except it's actually a tactic and a strategy to build rapport with you early on by telling you about their family and how much they love their little white dog and their cousin who's special needs, who they're helping out on the weekend. Whatever they tell you, don't trust them until you see it over time, because acting respectful, acting kind, saying, oh yeah, I don't even want to sleep with a woman on the first few dates. That's ridiculous. I really want to get to know someone. And so all of a sudden you let your guard down, and then something happens where the spur of the moment, just it gets emotional. He's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I escalated so quickly. Well, sure he knows, because he's a player and he was just trying to deceive you from the beginning. So if you take anything from this video, I want you to take this. It's that early on in a relationship, men know methodically how to display value in the dating market. They've thought about it, they've read about it, they've trained in it, they've practiced it specifically to get you in bed early on. So I want you to really think about what this guy is doing and give it time. Make sure that he's aligned over the long haul. Make sure that he can't pull one over on you and that you're not going to be taken advantage of by these players because you're smart, because you're aware of these different ways that men manipulate and play women, and you won't be taken advantage of, period. And if you want more insider secrets and tips to know what men are doing online, offline, in relationships to try to get what they want without considering your needs, I'm going to include a link in the description to a presentation introducing you to Inside the Male Mind, where I go deep into what men are doing and I reveal all their secrets and show you and walk you through the male commitment sequence, which is exactly what real, true, high-quality men need from you in order to go through all the phases of commitment until they are devoted to you, truly devoted to you and only you. Click the link in the description. I'll see you over there. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please share it with anyone you know who would be helped by some of this information. And I'll see you in the next video. Take good care.